Hello my dear young and energetic Physiodon Army. A very warm welcome to Diksha Vedanto YouTube channel. I am your master teacher Neha ma'am, and in today's video I am not going to discuss about physics or history. Today I am going to discuss here about your English, because English exams are at the corners and you have to gear your preparation with English subject, right? So I have brought today's session for English, and that is to unseen passages. Okay, so most of the students will be feeling difficulty with unseen passages, how to answer this, how to read, how to manage the time. These all questions will be wandering in your head. So to calm down that and answer to those questions, I am here today with this video. So let me tell you, before, 3-4 years back, unseen passages were not so difficult as they are in nowadays. During my examination, I used to love this unseen passages because it used to be so easy that just go, read the question, get the keywords in the paragraph, write the answer. It was so easy at that time, but it's not now, right? So the approach which you have to use to solve the questions is also different. The old methods are not fruitful here, right? So don't think much. I am here to explain everything. Your reading skills comprises of 20 marks, unseen passages, 2 passages you will be getting. In this session, I'll be guiding you how to answer this question, how to read the unseen passage, and also one of the example from the CBSE sample paper I have took here. I am going to explain that too. Okay, so it will be complete. One video will be enough for you to solve your unseen passages. You need not to wander somewhere else. Okay, you need not to wander there. Let's start. Then let's move the slide. Okay, let's move here. Okay, before moving ahead, just hit the like button if you are liking what I am telling, and subscribe the channel if you are not yet. Share the videos with your friends so that the videos can reach them also. Okay, clear? So let's start. Without wasting, let the videos be quick. Okay, I am not going to take too much of time. Let's be quick. Yeah, the first and foremost point is first reading. What is this first reading, ma'am? When you get your question paper, 15 minutes of time will be allocated to read your question paper, right? So what you will do, in 8 to 10 minutes, you'll go through all other questions, your writing skills, etc. Everything you'll go through there. But the 5 to 7 minutes you have to give to your first reading of the unseen passage. Okay, take the unseen passage. Once you have read the question, you have still time. In the first reading, don't be hurry-burry. Where is the question? Where is the answer? No, not like that. Read the passages paragraph by paragraph. Okay, I have here pointers to understand this. Read complete without struck. Why this is? When you get some difficult word, some unseen word, right? When you get some difficult word, you will stop there. You start wondering, what is this? So many difficult words are there in passage. How can I answer? Don't go to that zone. Okay, if there is some difficult word, just pronounce it however you want and move forward. Don't get stuck at the word, what is the meaning, what is this? Don't get question mark there. Just move ahead, keep reading paragraph by paragraph. So, depict the theme or the purpose. There will be some paragraphs, right? You depict the theme. What is they are trying to tell us? They are telling to give us advantage regarding some concept, or they are showing the disadvantages of something. What is the concept going on in the passage? Understand that. Because in unseen passages, they are not only testing your vocabulary or reading skills, they are also testing your understanding capacity. So be aware of that. Make key understanding of the paragraph. As I said, from one paragraph, you should be having something outcome. Oh, this is the meaning of this first paragraph. In second paragraph, the storyline is changing like this. Okay, that understanding you should have. But don't see the first question in the first go. Okay, you may have been hearing about during solving the unseen passages, first go through the questions, read out the questions, and then come to the passage. But no, it was good before the time, right? I have said you 2-3 years back that was good, but now the scenario is changed and the way of answering the questions is also changed. I hope, let me crystal clear this? Let me simplify this. First, when you get 15 minutes of time to read your question paper, first you'll fastly go through all your questions and then you'll read the unseen passage and you'll just understand what is there. Clear? That is the first thing you have to do. Moving forward, what is the second thing? Now you started answering questions and you started to solve the unseen passage questions. What you will do? You will find the keywords in the question. What is the question asking about? About what word the question is asking? Get that keyword, right? You have read it once, you have analyzed, you know what is going on in the passage, and by question you'll get some kind of understanding. And there is a proper method to answer the questions also, which I'll be explaining in the last of the video, where I'll be solving a unseen passage. Clear? Moving forward, you have marked the questions now. The next step will be answering. Okay, let me come here. Just a second. Yeah, the final step is final reading. You have read once, you have found the keywords in the question. Now the final reading, okay, is nothing but the second time you will be reading the passage, and your mentality, your mindset will be for hunting your answers. First time you should not hunt for answer. First time you should understand. Second, you have to get the keywords from questions. Okay, then with that powerful questions, you have to hunt for the answers in the passage. Okay, by this step, most of your questions will be solved. But there will be some questions which are not able to solve at that time also, because they are little application based, little comprehension. Okay, so at that time they'll be telling you what is the outcome of the story, what do you understand, the view of poet. They'll ask your opinion, right? So at that time, read out the first and last para. This is the trick to solve the difficult questions. Okay, first and last para will give you the entire story, what is going on there. The understanding of the story will be given in the first and last para. So go through that while answering difficult question, application based questions, right? Okay, then practice. Okay ma'am, is it enough that I see this video and I can go and write in the examination? No, because practice is the key to success, right? Practice makes the man perfect, right? So see here, practicing is very important. Now I will not say you guys to read vocabulary, to read books, novels. That is not worth it now, right? As of you have very less time. Then how to practice? Try to solve the unseen passages from your PYQs and sample papers. That's enough. Okay, no need to wander more. You can just stick to PYQs and sample papers. Solve around some 10 unseen passages. That will give you some idea how to answer the questions, right? So don't forget, this is most important tip I am giving here. Practice. Practice has to be done. Clear? Let's move forward. Okay, then we are here with an unseen passage that is provided by CBSE sample paper. Yeah, shall we read out it with this? So see, I have given you 15 minutes of time will be allocated for the question paper reading. So utilize it in very proper manner. Let's start. Let's read this. Read the following text. Okay. Now I am not going to stop anywhere. One paragraph I will read and then I will understand what is that. Okay. As a high school student, studying poetry can be roller coaster ride. This journey is punctuated by moments of profound appreciation for simpler pieces and intimate frustration with more complex words. Okay? Let's be real here. Some poems are just plain confusing. No amount of rereading seems to help despite their intent meaning. The puzzlement that results from such instances can be both vexing and demotivating. If solving a riddle is what intended, then playing Sudoku is better option. One is led to ponder if obscurity was a goal. Clear? And first read out the question. First read out the first paragraph fastly. Now what is the outcome? Here we have a thing about poetry. So poetry is the main concept of this passage. The poet or someone is writing about poetry. Okay, what next? He is telling that poetry is not smooth, it's not easy, it's a roller coaster ride, and there is difficulty and we can appreciate the difficulty also. Okay, so some will be frustrating kind of thing. If it is so difficult, then why to go with this? We can switch to some other easy options. So by this first paragraph, we can know that the poet is little critical about poetry. He is not telling that poetry is the best. He is telling there are difficulty, there are some weird things also. This is the outcome. Okay, let's move. Conversely, some pieces resonate with the reader's soul, stirring feelings of a warmth, happiness and connection to the world. Often, these compositions center on the themes that are universally understood, such as love, nature or faith. Being able to actually understand what poet is trying to say can feel like a little victory and is welcome relief after grasping with more perplexing power. So what is the second paragraph telling us? Second paragraph is appreciating the poetry. It's telling that, yeah, it may be difficult, it may be some weird, but some poetry, some poems connect us with the feelings, with the emotions of happiness, joy, right? These kind of connection which are universal, with everyone can feel that, right? The poetries also connect us emotionally, personally. This is the meaning of second paragraph. Let's move to the third paragraph. Then there are poems that are emotionally charged, right? That they are poems which are emotionally charged. The most of that make reader curl up in a ball and cry or jump up and down with joy, right? One is left in awe of poet's ability to convey emotion through words. Let's not forget the downright weird poems. These are the ones that defy categorization and leave the reader to their own device in the attempting to interpret meaning. Okay. The author's use of figurative language and conventional imaginary can create a sense of bewilderment. That is either intriguing or off-putting. Regardless, the reader can appreciate the uniqueness of the work. So again, the poet is writing the good things, that it can make you jump up, it can make you go down. So that creation of emotion, that creation of feeling exists within the poetries, right? And also when you study the difficult one, you'll get that thinking ability, you will question the things, you'll understand, you'll interpret. So there are benefits also. Okay, what next? Despite the wide range of emotions and reactions that come within studying poetry, it can be rewarding pursuit. Not only does reading poetry allow one to appreciate the artistic beauty of written words, but also enables one to develop crucial critical thinking and analytical skills. The process of unlocking a poem's meaning can feel like cracking a code or solving a puzzle, but the sense of accomplishment delivered from mastering a challenging piece can be deeply gratifying. Finally, impressing an English teacher with a well-analyzed poem can be a source of pride and validation. So you can see here what's going on here. So it's telling us we can develop our critical thinking skill, analytical skill. We can see the appreciation of poetry in this paragraph, right? In fourth paragraph. Okay. So it gives us the accomplishment, it gives us the happiness that we have read it, we have understood this, right? It gives us that positive feeling, it is said here. Moving forward, overall studying poetry is like a box of mixed chocolates. You never know what you are going to get, but whenever it's complex, emotional, simple or just downright weird, there is always something to be gained from the experience. So let us applaud all the poets out there for making us laugh, cry, scratch our heads, occasionally feel as genius. So in this session, right, from all these paragraphs we can understand that there are poetries which are weird, which are difficult, which makes you what is this kind of thing, but ultimately poetry is a thing which creates emotion, which gives you thinking knowledge, right? So let us dive to the questions quickly. Okay, which of the following statements best describe the author's attitude towards studying poetry? So at last, what was the author's giveaway? It was poetry is good, right? So let's find that. Finds poetry to be frustrating and meaningless endeavor. That is not his meaning. Believes that the emotional roller coaster of studying poetry is not worth. He don't think like that. Recognizes the challenges of studying poetry but also acknowledges the reward it offers. Feels that poetry is too... No, this is also not. You can see here, right? It is challenging, but the reward it offers is great. So what's the right answer over here? It's option C, right? Okay. So option C is the right answer. What is the tone of writer in the given lines of the paragraph? So what is the tone? In the first tone, he was not overwhelmed with the poetry, right? He was telling there are negative aspects, right? You can say it as critical. What was the tone? It was critical. Okay. Complete the sentence appropriate. The author's use of vivid imaginary in the paragraph 3, such as curl up in a ball and cry and jump up and down with joy, greatly affects the reader because this has emotions, right? Strong emotions are filled in this paragraph so that people go crazy. They'll jump up with joy, they'll cry, right? That is the emotion. You can write here. The passage includes some words that are opposite to each other. From the set A to E below, identify two antonyms. Antonyms means nothing but here only they have given opposites, right? Okay. So, intriguing and off-putting. Off-putting is living, right? Intriguing is investigating, interest. You can consider that. So, these are opposite words. And B is giving no. So, interpreting and despairing. Interpreting and despairing. What happens here? Appreciate and applause. Same. Applaud. Simple. Challenging. Simple is easy. Challenging is different. Okay. Emotions and feeling. They are same. So, option A and D are the answer over here. So, let's move to the next questions. Complete the sentence appropriately. We can see that author's tone becomes more neutral and objective when they are discussing weird poems compared to other types of poetry because author thinks that there is challenges but also reward also is with this, right? Based on the reading of the passage, examine in about 40 words how studying poetry can be like exploring a new city. In your city, you will be knowing where, if I go this way, what is there? If I go this way, what is there? But in a new city, you don't know. You should be open-minded. You should be ready to, whatever that comes on the way, you should be ready to take it, right? So, similarly, poetry is also any kind of poetry you can get. You should be ready to take that, okay? The next one is, what is the message conveyed by Hina's experience in the following case? So, what is the case? Hina spends hours trying to analyze a poem for her assignment and finally feels a sense of accomplishment and pride once she understood. So she was finding difficulty, but she didn't leave her hard work. She read and again. Finally, she understood that. So option A is only those with natural talent. No, it's not about natural talent. First, she was feeling this difficult. Persistence makes the studying poetry a rewarding persistence, continuous, the interest that you keep continuously will make you good at that thing. The last question, state whether the following lines display an example of simple or complex, emotionally charged, downright weird, or what kind of poem is this? So the poem is, the sun rises in the east, a new day begins, a fresh start, birds creep, nature wakes up, a peaceful feeling in my heart. So this is not complicated. This is not that emotionally charged or down weird. It is a simple poem, right? So yeah, this was about the reading section, okay? So yeah, this was about today's session, and I said practicing is very important if you want to get good marks. Okay, so yes, this was about the today's video. Last but not the least, trying is better than crying. Instead of saying I don't know how to do these, that, all, just try and do the well. So yeah, this was about today's video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let's meet again in the next session. Bye.